Welcome back, guys. So today I'm taking a look at this game called Ghouls Underground. This is being promoted as a game that's going to be releasing in February on the PC and quite a bit later on the NES as an actual cartridge, and we'll talk more about that in a moment. So the creator of this game, Cho Loco, has this on Kickstarter at the moment. It's a Kickstarter campaign. Hit me up, said, hey bro, if I send you a demo of my game, you do a little video action, promote my Kickstarter. You know, this is going to be for PC and NES. So I said, you know what, dude? Send me the NES file. I'll throw this bad boy on RetroPie. Test her out. That's what more of my audience would be into, is checking this out as an NES game. But, you know, I don't think an NES build actually exists. He sent me the PC build, said, here you go. Have fun, blah, blah, blah. Not much of a conversation there. It's all good. So today we're going to test this out. Play it on the PC. Going to be released in February. Looks like his goal is somewhere around $1,000 to drop this. He has some weird wording as far as, oh, and take a look at this. You got some, you know, big breast assist anime girls with their little 16-bit, you know, pixel art characters scrolling. It looks pretty neat, though. Can't knock that. That looks all right. That's not going to translate well to the NES, though. But the wording on some of the stuff on the campaign, as far as the pledges go, you know, I think the early bird special, get the game, the DRM free download in February is something like €7, $8 somewhere around there. But then there's a stipulation that seems like it's across the board as far as pledges that involve the NES version of the game, is that, hey, if I hit 500,000 euros, you'll get the NES cartridge. So there's not really a tier that says, hey, you're pledging for an NES cartridge, though he is listing this as a game for the PC and NES. I don't know if that's a language barrier thing, but that kind of raises some red flags for me. If you don't actually have a tier that involves a physical reward for an NES cartridge, and you're putting a stipulation in there that, hey, I need to, it's not even a stretch goal, it's a stipulation in the actual tier. Hey, if I hit 500,000 euros, then you'll get the NES cart. So why does that strike me odd? Because the tier, you're pledging $8 to get this game that this guy put his blood, sweat, and tears into, supposedly. Now, $8 does not cover development costs for, you know, a lot of people. This guy being, you know, working with a small team, $8 per game, you know, he'll, you know, if he could do so many of them, he'll make some money, no doubt. But to also ship a physical cartridge, that seems a little insane to me. When you look at repros, cheap Chinese repros of NES carts, you're looking at $10 around that, $10 or more. If you're sourcing them from China. If you're buying them in bulk, you can get a lot better deal. But I just don't see at $8, even if you're making 500,000 euros on the whole campaign, to ship out a cartridge to each of your backers that paid $8. Now, if you're charging shipping, that's one thing. But $8, I don't see that covering much of the cartridge. I don't see that leaving room for profit. The reason being is because this is not an NES game. There is no way this is running on an NES. So it would seem like the game would need to be completely retooled and redone, a whole new development cycle to make the game for the NES. So that's where my main concern lies, is that I'd be more interested in this for the NES than I would be for the PC version. Yet I'm not seeing an NES version anywhere. I'm just seeing a stipulation that, hey, if I make this much, then you'll get a NES version. If not, you can have the digital PC version. So like I always say with Kickstarter stuff, pledge at, you know, your own risk. If you're interested in this, and it's supposed to be, you know, let's talk more about the actual game that we're playing here instead of my concerns with the Kickstarter. Is this supposed to be a shoot 'em up Metroidvania style game? Very interesting premise, kind of original in my eyes. The graphic style, it's kind of striking me a little bit, you know, shovelware type games from the mid to late 90s, where you would buy a CD from the store with, you know, 50 greatest hits on it, for your PC, and a lot of the games had a, you know, a game creator style feel to it, like they were thrown together pretty quickly. And I'm not saying that this game was thrown together pretty quickly, but I'm just saying the vibe I'm getting is that era of games. Some people might dig that, some people might not. I don't know. Some of these little creatures do look pretty cool. So, you know, just starting playing this game, I'm not even sure what the heck I'm supposed to do or where I'm supposed to go. Doesn't really seem like there's much guidance, and typically, you know, I don't need to have my hand held, but this game, I'm not 100% what we're supposed to be doing, but I guess that's the whole point. Figure it out, right? So some of this, you know, the graphics aren't too bad for the style, or, you know, maybe the era of game that they're going for here. I would have loved to see this, how it would look on the NES. I'm not 100% if we're going to get a chance to see that or not. But even the blood's kind of, what the heck is this? This is the key to the hell. Take it. Good luck. What? Okay. So I guess a little colored blocks up there. Demo end. That's it. Like, I'm starting to assume that this is the full game, and it just has a timer on it. That's, or maybe a stipulation that's kicking me out, because I've tried playing this a couple times and I've been in different areas and it just kicks me off of the game. So I'm almost assuming that this game is pretty much wrapped up. So those are my concerns, my impressions. Back at your own risk. I would prefer tiers that actually said, hey, this is for an NES cartridge, but none of the tiers are listed that way. The game is being touted as a game being released for PC and NES, which I think is a little bit deceiving without very clearly defined goals and tiers. And you have to remember, Kickstarter is not a store. You're not going on Kickstarter pledging money to buy something. You are backing a project, and the project creator can list, you know, rewards like, hey, if I'm funded, you'll get a copy of the game. You know, but even then, there could be risks involved where you do not get the game. Always keep that in mind, especially with these you know, small time games that are popping up with a very small, you know, goal, $1,000, something like that. You know, for a game like this, to me, that it's missing something. I can't really pinpoint it. It is missing something. I don't know if it's the actual guidance in the game. Don't really need guidance, but I'm not 100% what I'm doing. It's missing some polish with something. Can't pinpoint it. But I hope you guys appreciate peeping this out. If you're interested in this Kickstarter, at your own risk, link is in the description. Personally, myself, no, I pass. But this might be for you, so hey, I don't mind checking it out and, you know, giving my impressions, I guess. So smash it, like it, subscribe, do all that wonderful stuff, and I will catch y'all next time. Boom!